All right. First thing I want to say, and before I say anything in this video, is payphone. This is a payphone, and I have a really bad habit of when I start talking, I just stop thinking. And so if you hear me say cell phone or smartphone, that is only because most of my day I'm dealing with technology of the modern era, and I will just have this slip of the tongue and not even realize it because I'm thinking more about what I want to say instead of what I'm actually saying. So there's a million videos on YouTube about how to take apart, rewire the electronics, find parts, all of those different things for old payphones. So this video is not going to go into any of that. I'm just going to talk about the one thing that I had a hard time finding a video for on YouTube, and just address that, and then we'll be all done. It'll be a short video. You have this cash box that goes in here. Now, normally the technician would have access to this to work on it, but he wouldn't have access to open it. So he could like open the door and stuff, but he couldn't pull this cash box out because of a certain problem it has, or a certain function it has, security mechanism. Let's see if I've already triggered it. Okay. No, see, there it goes in. Great, goes in great. So let's say I'm the money guy. I know exactly how to get in here and get my money out, all of that. If I'm a technician, then if I come in here and there's a little seal on the inside, normally, you know, on one that's actually in operation, there's a little seal that when you pull this out, and I don't know if you'll hear this, that little kunk at the end, there's no reason for that noise to make that noise, because all we have is a little slider that triggers that little, or a little notch that triggers that slide to open that door so that money falls inside the cash box. Well, here's the cool thing is when you pull that out, every time you pull this out, there's a ka-chunk sound, and that means that this lid locks every single time. So not the lid itself. Now, even the technician could come in here and open this up and empty the, $50 or whatever you've got, or $100 in quarters that might be in there. So anybody could open that up and take the money out. But once they're like, okay, I took the money out, now here comes the part that I know there'll be questions about from people that probably are having a really hard time finding a video about it. When you go to put this back in, well, just trust me, I could do this all day. It's not going to go back in. So what you have to do, and this is where they would have it set so that the money person would be able to tell what's going on, is inside this lid, which actually comes off. If I was using two hands, it comes off real easy. There you go, comes off real easy. You have this lid, and what's happening here, and the reason it won't go back in, I'm setting it here to go, the reason it won't go back in is because that mechanism is totally locked. Once it comes out, it springs inside, and there's nothing you can do as far as jiggling it, pushing on it, lifting on it. You're going to spend all day trying to figure that out. So the trick is to turn it over, and this is where there would be this little tamper tape or something like that, this little seal that would tell the money person whether or not this cash box had been messed with, because the fix for that problem is to simply put a screwdriver in and turn it, and you'll hear it click. Now that's how it's set, and now you put that lid back on. I'm shooting while I'm also trying to look at two things. Here we go. Put that back on, and now just watch this magic here. It'll still may take a little bit because I'm only using one hand, and I'm trying to use my camera at the same time. But yeah, once you get it in there, boop, just slides right in. So keep that in mind, and just know I didn't give anybody any secrets about how to steal money from a cell phone or a payphone. See, I almost did it. From a payphone, because there would be a little tamper seal in there, and that means whoever did anything would also have to know how to get the tamper seals and all of those, and that's not worth the effort, guys. Not for a few bucks or whatever. But if you find one of these old payphones somewhere and you run into that problem, just like I did, and maybe I will again in the future if I ever buy another one of these, so I thought I'd record this for myself as well. There it is, 5 minutes, probably too much talking, but a good summary of why the heck you can't get the cash box back in on your payphone.